You're watching Weekend at Gabe's and I'm Weekend Gabe. This latest episode was brought to you by the good folks over at the Ghetto Flower. Use our code W@G for an exclusive 15% discount when visiting their site. Tell them I sent you. Now enjoy the show. Yo, broadcasting live to you and yours. Weekend Gabe here holding you down on this Thursday, April 14th, 2022. We have a huge show joined on the bill tonight, on the docket, on deck. Use some baseball references because we're back into the swing of things. See what I did there? We got Kaher joining us, who has the new EP, Slight Flight. And then we also have Kimo Sabi joining us all the way from the West Coast, who has a gang of new music, new videos. We're going to get into it with them for both of those gentlemen. But in the meantime, in between time, don't forget to give our sponsor a follow and a shout, the Ghetto Flower. We will use our code W@G for 15% off all purchases of $50 or more. And also give us a follow at these socials at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe, the real Sam Crane, and the Ghetto Flower. Speaking of Sam, a few more days in his space right now, then he's gonna be up to bigger and better.
Bruh.
Man, let's go.
I tried to hit the air horn for myself and ended up hitting the bruh, and that's about all encompassing as to how my day's going, man. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last show, the very last show that you will see me and Spock in this space. And ladies and gentlemen, it has been a goddamn ride. We have been doing this for about a year, going on a year and a half here, Weekend Gabe. Something
Roughly.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah. We've been at it, and the entire time I've been here. So I'm gonna have to set up a new office. I'm gonna have to set up a whole new VOD. We're gonna have to figure it all out. But I'm excited to do this show, and even more excited to take what I'm realizing is a 3-week break. But the show will not be off air. I will be off air. And I can't tell you, Gabe, another vacation well earned.
Listen, I don't know when I get to the point where when your name's on the show, but you can take a hiatus and people are like, oh, that's cool. Like the other minions and the other folks will just fill in. I'm not
like that one time Jon Stewart was gone for like months and John Oliver ran the show for like a little while. I remember that.
Yeah. I'm waiting to just take a leave, but the show continues on. And I just come back and like, hey, what'd I miss? You know,
if you do take a leave, I'm calling it Weekend at Sam's. I'm sorry. It's just, or I'm going to find a guy named Bernie to do it with me. And yeah.
All right,
thinking I'm going to call Bernie Sanders. We'll see what happens.
Listen, I can get Bernie Sanders on the show. You could definitely rename the show to Weekend at Sam's, plural. But man, I'm excited for this weekend, man. It's Easter Sunday, which means that I'm going to go in. So for all my haters that want to trash me about my health, I'm going to put all the food dishes on these socials and let y'all know it's real. But then I'm going to go for a long walk too. So I'll take a video of that as well. Let you know that I'm not a total heathen, that I do care about myself. But just taking some advice from Poochie Jackson from the Wiener Circle, who gave us some sound advice for all the haters out there who care about my health so much that they want to tweet hate me. But yeah, I'm just excited for the weekend, man. It's the weather's been really cool here in the city, except for the hawk today. Did you feel that?
I've had the windows closed and it's been at my ass all day. I'm just, wow. I was surprised. I was told by my girl to not go outside, ladies and gentlemen. It's not often that you get told that by your girl, but today was one of those days.
Yeah, today was just wild. The hawk was out there, man. But I'm glad that the sun was out, so that's good too. And also, I'm glad it's warming up because I can turn this fucking heater off and save on the gas, which is expensive. Ooh. Not only in your tank.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is news that only Gabe cares about, which happens to bring us to our next segment. Ladies and gentlemen, America's favorite news segment. Your mother doesn't care, your father doesn't care, most of the politicians do not give a damn, but there is one man who cares, so you don't have to. And we are going to get into the minutia of the workings of that man's mind, and that's Weekend Gabe.
All right, let's go. Yes. All right, last night, this bad boy dropped. I posted it in my story again, Gabe. And if you've seen it, then you probably were like, this is kind of cool. You had to take a closer look at this. But Chicago's own Rico Davinci painted the greatest rappers inspired by the world-famous New York Times Magazine photo of your Chicago Bulls from the 1996 season, where they won 72 games. And you see your Kanye's, you see Keith, you see Dirk, you see Common, you see Lupe. But then in this sort of top left-hand corner, you see Ludacris.
Yeah, is that Ludacris? Yeah.
That is tough.
Yeah, guess what?
Ludacris.
Now, little known fact, Gabe. Ludacris is from Oak Park.
Yeah, okay, so you jumping a little bit ahead there. But so, people were like, kind of like, wait, he was born in Champaign, moved to Georgia, spent most of his life in Atlanta, repped Atlanta hard during the course of his career, but he also spent some considerable time in Oak Park with family during his younger years. So he has a connection to the city. And in 2017, at an event that was honoring him, quote, I was born here, Chicago, so I don't know how much more of an influence you need around everything around me. My DNA is here, unquote. So he owns the city, but then does this get a little bit murky and return to the question that this show often poses? Is he from the crib?
And I'm glad this is in news. I'm glad that this is in news because literally, and I can't stress this enough, nobody else cares about this.
No, this is not true. Under homie's Twitter account, Rico Davinci, people were really going hard. Like Luda from the crib, and they were like, "Well, he was in Oak Park," and they're like, "Well, is that sufficient?"
The age-old debate is Oak Park from the crib is another one. That's like a microcosm. You don't even want to open that Pandora's box. You don't want to dive in there. Hey, all I'm gonna say is we on the line. And that's all I'm going to say. Elmhurst, not on the line. Naperville,
listen,
not on the line.
Listen, people claim Kevin Garnett for the 1 year he was in Chicago as being from the crib. I do not subscribe to that, but that's cool. The only difference is that Kevin Garnett never said, I'm from the crib. Ludacris, in these interviews, says, my DNA is here, although his DNA began in Champaign, Illinois, which, if you look at a map, is not anywhere near Chicago. But hey, listen, if he wants to rep for the home team, I'm cool with it. It just looks a little weird. That's all I'm saying.
I think to paint this, first off, somebody sat down and painted this, so they really thought about it before they sat down and painted it. But there's a lot of rappers on here that are borderline to me. I mean, I don't know that Polo G is the best ever anywhere by any stretch of the imagination. I love Polo G. I love some of the Polo G songs. But I don't know, man. Ye is painted extremely weirdly.
That's supposed to be that's MJ sitting on the corner there in the New York Times. So it does look weird. It's not proportioned to what we know as gay, not at all.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about this. This is a little cringe, and the people from the city do this all the time. And also, as I've discussed many times on this show, I truly believe that the entire conversation is cringe. If Luda wants to rep the city, he can rep the city, man. It's all good. We all love Fast and Furious.
Exactly. Well, Lupe gave his stamp of approval and said this was dope, which is how I found it. But I got questions. All right. Speaking of questions, we're going to keep this a local story for those who are watching from elsewhere. But Juice, we're going to say it real quick. The word juice, the movie Juice, Nelly's Pimp Juice, both are equally good. What is not good?
You are something else.
Not good. What is not good is falling ElJuice that sticks to your car because it simmers from the train that your car is parked under. So we're gonna. So this story comes out this week that there's a bit of a creosote, some substance derived from distillation of tar, which is used to preserve wooden railroad ties. So let's go to the video. We can take a look at what this ElJuice looks like.
Okay.
And
Okay.
check out there. You go for anyone who hasn't been to the
Yeah, there
city.
we go.
There it is.
And
That's the
there it
culprit
is. Yeah.
right there. Boom.
Oh.
Hang on. Wait. We'll get a screen. There it is. Wait. Wait.
Hey, that's right by the crib.
Try it again.
That is the
Yeah.
crib.
Look at that.
Oh.
This is gonna be me, Andy Dufresne, standing underneath the L, getting all that ElJuice, so I can sue the CTA in the future.
Listen,
the crazy part of this story is that the CTA is bearing no responsibility or liability for any of that comes on your car or onto yourself. There is a quote here from one of the people who got some ElJuice on their car, and he said, "quote It's not easy to get off. You need to take your car to a detail shop. Soap and water isn't likely to do the job. So, matter if you're getting this on your summer day or after the last couple of days when it's raining, and you get a little ElJuice on you. You can't just shake that off. That's a problem."
No, that's a big deal. And yeah, gross, man. But I'm glad that we got to the bottom of what this is, because man, I'll be noticing it. And if you're in Chicago, I know you'd be noticing it. So now you've finally understood what it is. And if you were thinking about suing the city on it, you will not be able to do that.
Exactly. ElJuice is not the great. All right. Let's get into this next news bit here. This is a good one. The Wu-Tang Clan and Tribe Called Quest albums are archived in the Library of Congress. This is great news. Classic 1990s hip-hop artists Wu-Tang Clan and Tribe Called Quest Enter the Wu-Tang Goes In, as well as Low End Theory. Both albums are regarded as hip-hop classics. They are now amongst the best records ever to be stored in one location. Also, we talked about this about a month ago, but Alicia Keys' Songs in A Minor also gets inducted in entry into Library of Congress. Good news for hip-hop.
We like that. And good news for R&B if you're into that sort of thing.
Exactly. All right, that's news today on this Thursday, April 14th. Thank you for watching the latest episode of Weekend at Gabe's on YouTube, brought to you by the Ghetto Flower. Make sure to also click on the links in the description for more information to our guests and access to exclusive new music from the Ghetto Flower and so much more. Make sure to also like and subscribe to the show, and also continue to share, support, and show love by clicking on any of the links surrounding my head. Thanks for watching.